There are some who'd make me out to be the villain of this here story.
Let's don't let a good thing die.
Are you born with destiny? Or does it just come knocking at your door?
He's a young singer from Memphis, Tennessee. Give him a warm hayride welcome, Mr. Elvis Presley.
Get a haircut, buttercup.
In that moment, I watched that skinny boy transform into a superhero. He was my destiny. I wish to promote you, Mr. Presley.
Going to a party in the county jail.
Are you ready to fly?
I'm ready. Ready to fly.
Tomorrow, all of America will be talking about Elvis Presley.
Where's it done? Not to move around so much during the tapes.
I can't move, I can't sing. Some people want to put me in jail as well as moving.
They might put me in jail for walking across the street, but you're a famous white boy.
The way he sings is God-given, so there can't be nothing wrong with it.
Senator Kennedy has been shot.
Martin Luther King has been shot to death in Memphis.
Tragedy, but it has nothing to do with us.
It has everything to do with us.
My darling, I've hungered for your touch.
Reverend once told me, when things are too dangerous to say, sing.
Time goes by
I'm gonna be 40 soon,
so slow,
and nobody's gonna remember me.
can do so much.
I need to get back to who I really am.
Still more.
And who are you, Elvis? I just gotta be making the most of this thing while I can. This can all be over in a flash.
We are the same, you and I. We are two odd, lonely children reaching for eternity. The greatest show on earth.
Elvis has left the building.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Classic Chronicles. Hope everybody enjoyed Monday's vlog where I reviewed NBA 2K23. If you haven't checked that out, please do. But we're gonna do a little bit of dancing today on today's vlog. Not literally, but yeah, no, I got to check out Elvis this past week in the movie. Directed by Baz Luhrmann. Baz Luhrmann is the guy who directed the 1996 adaptation of Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes. And he's known for being a very, very visually appealing director. And this iteration of the Elvis biopic is no different. It's very visually done. Takes place mostly in Vegas, and it talks about Elvis's early rise to fame, and you know, it doesn't necessarily cover the ending of his life. It kind of touches on it, but it doesn't necessarily cover that. What this film covers is the relationship between Elvis and his manager, Colonel Parker, not to be confused with the WCW wrestler, Colonel Robert Parker. But yeah, I guess maybe that's where they got the influence from. But anyway, So this was a really well done movie. I going in, I wasn't expecting it to be too good, but it is very good. There is there are some things that the movie could have done better. Like I definitely would have loved to seen them cover his final days. I mean, like I said, they do touch on it, but it's not not enough. But and also one thing I didn't know going into this was I had seen a featurette, where the actors were talking. Austin Butler was talking, the guy who plays Elvis, and then a bunch of other characters like the guy who played B.B. King and Little Richard. They were talking, and and one thing I didn't know is how influenced Elvis's Elvis's sound was by African American culture. He was a big fan of African American music, and during the time when he was coming up, especially in his early years, which the movie covers, they wanted to kind of ban him and kind of reshape his image to be like clean cut, all American white singer. And they didn't want him shaking his hips, and because they called it moving like a black man, and he came up in an era where segregation was very prominent in the South. What do you call it? So that was very well done, and Elvis kind of defied the police and local TV stations and saying, I'm gonna do things my way, no matter what you try to do to me. I'm not gonna give in to your conform to your rules, which I find very admirable. And also, great performances all around, man. I mean, Tom Hanks, phenomenal actor. I love all his work, from Captain Sully to Toy Story to everything, man. I just love it. I'm a huge fan of Tom's work. Forrest Gump, I can go on and on and on. But and Austin Butler, man, as Elvis, he's a young kid. I think he's 22 years old, and for somebody who is 22 years old, man, he took the role of Elvis very seriously. There was no lip syncing; that was all him singing. So definitely, huge shout out to him for portraying the icon in such a phenomenal way. And like I said, man, the movie centers around Elvis's relationship with Colonel Parker, and Colonel Parker was a bad guy, man. Despite him saying that he wanted to do right by Elvis, he certainly didn't do right by him, and he even says in the movie, some people would think that I contributed to Elvis's death, but I didn't. I was just trying to do what I thought was right for him, by him, and they show Colonel Parker, stealing money and not wanting Elvis to do an international tour because he said that Colonel Parker's excuse was that they wouldn't have enough security to cover him, and he had became too big of a star to not have a lot of security around him. But what do you call it? The real reason was because according to the movie anyway. I'm not sure if that's accurate or not, because a lot of these biopics don't get a lot of some things right. But according to the movie, it was because Colonel Parker didn't have a passport and nobody knew who he was. Like, it was basically like he didn't exist, not even to the government. The government didn't even know who he was. What do you call it? just a phenomenal movie all around, and the soundtrack kicks ass. There's stuff from Eminem and Doja Cat and a whole bunch of other hip hop artists. And music from Elvis himself, but all of the artists found a way to incorporate some of his songs into their music. So it's a very well done soundtrack. So definitely check out Elvis, man. It's on HBO Max right now, and hopefully you won't be disappointed, man. Definitely go check it out. I recommend it. So that's gonna do it for this episode of the Classic Chronicles. Like, subscribe, and share, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss a video. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.